This guy really manhandles me.
What really happened?
Well, the thing is, okay, first of all, I mean, I don't have these V8s and Prados. Maybe I'll get one now. I hear there's a loan facility where I can get a Prado and a V8. I don't know. But anyway, so I have a Hyundai. Yes. And my biggest problem throughout the campaign, a normal looking car, you know, which is 8 or 9 years old. And I can never catch up with these other cars. I mean, they go. Convoys, in fact, when we were with Baba going to Kiambu, I lost you 3 times, you know. So it was a bit difficult. So the thing is, I got to Pangani police station from Kiambu Road, CID headquarters, late. The gate was closed. So when I get there, I say to this gentleman who was on the outside, I said, I'm the woman representative, can you open? And he goes, no. I go, why not? He goes, I'm not opening. I said, excuse me, I was elected by 800,000 people. I should be able to access any police station. Yes. And then I saw Gladys Wanga is inside, and I said, she's inside and she's the woman rep for Homa Bay. I don't care. You're not entering. So I said, you're going to open the door. You cannot lock the gate. I want to go in. I'm not opening. So he was really, really adamant. So I looked at this guy and I was like, why? And he goes, don't do this, you know, stop talking, you know. And I thought, you're so disrespectful. I don't care. And he was really obnoxious. And I thought to myself, so I asked around, I said, you know, he's a brown fellow, so he could have been anyone. So I was told he's Njoroge. So I said, are you having a problem with me going in because I'm Kikuyu and I shouldn't be in there with these guys? I said, because if that's your issue, I think it's about time you face up to the fact that I am with them and I want to go in. Yes. And he completely refused. So Gladys Wanga came and said, that's the woman rep for Nairobi, open for her. Refused. Junette came and said, open for her. He refused. In fact, I have a picture of him and Junette on the inside telling him to open for me. So then Moses Kuria's car comes. So I saw an opportunity. They opened the gate. So I rushed in. I rushed in front of Moses Kuria's car. And as I got in, this guy grabbed me. And he's taking me out by force. And I fought through and I got in. And then he goes, you know, you like this to me, you know, you'll see me. But then I called Babu. And I said to Babu, you know, you saw the way this guy manhandled me. And somebody's just whispered to me that he's dangerous. And so Babu and I were talking. Of course, somebody took a picture. And of course, Babu's young enough to be my son. That started another
picture. We'll get to that.
That started another conversation. My goodness, honestly. But the thing is, he manhandled me, and I have a scar on my leg, and I've got some pain on my back. I haven't even been to see a doctor yet. But anyway, the thing is, he manhandled me, and I went. The thing that disappointed me the most is I went to the desk, and I thought I'm in a police station. Babu was like, "You're in a police station. Let's file a complaint." So I go to the desk, and there's a woman in the desk, and I said to her, "I want to make a complaint against a police officer that who manhandled me," and she goes, "No." I go, "What do you mean no?" Yeah. Then I go to the men behind the counter. I said, I want to file a complaint. And they were doing nothing. They were just observers of what's going on in the police station. So he said no. So I go, where's the OCS? I go into the OCS's office and I said to the OCS, I want to file a complaint. And the OCS says, go to the gender desk at the back.
Gender desk.
So I go to the gender desk. I say, I'm here to file a complaint. I've not got instructions from the OCS. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, what's the point of having all these laws in Kenya when you can't implement them? Can you imagine if I, the elected woman leader, cannot file a complaint when I've been assaulted by a cop?
In a police station.
So I've spoken to IPOA. I spoke to somebody from IPOA, and I will go in there to make the complaint. And for me, I'm making the complaint because this man I've been told, is dangerous. And I know a lot of people in police, and I've spoken to a lot of people, and all of them say the same thing. He is dangerous.
I mean, do we have police assassins? I mean,
we have.
What do you mean he's dangerous? Every cop is trained the same way.
No. Let me tell you something. I think we cannot be ignorant to the fact that we have had accusations by human rights bodies about our police having extrajudicial killing. So for me, I think that does happen. And this man, the hate that he had for me, all right, and I think it's probably, and I've seen this a lot, I've seen a lot of people tell me, how can you be on the other side? How can you betray us? Yeah. And I go, I'm not betraying you. I'm actually saving you. You know, you can't think straight. I cannot vote for Uhuru because I'm Kikuyu. I can only vote for Uhuru if I believe he's the best president for this country. And right now, I don't believe he's the best president for this country. I believe that right now he is, all right? Because Uhuru's had his window of 5 years. The poverty levels are so high, and I'm going to be showing Kenyans the poverty levels. But you know, even the very, very poor Kikuyu will still vote for Uhuru because they've been told so many horrible things about Raila, that Raila will do this to us and do that to us and do the other. And you know what? We have another big problem in Kenya. If we know that our son, who is our tribe, who is a leader in government, has stolen billions and billions of shillings,
yes,
we don't want him arrested. We don't want him jailed because Niwetu, this Niwetu business has to stop, because the money that he stole from the public coffers to serve you. You're not enjoying his billions. But you know what? Somebody said to me one day, Mheshimiwa, even if he's a thief, Niwetu, he's our hero. Now this is how it works. Because the Mheshimiwa steals, he comes and he pays for your funeral. Yes. He comes and he pays for your education. He comes and he pays for your rent when you're stuck. He finds a job for your son. You believe that you owe him. So for me, he does it to a few people, not the majority. But the conversations influence the majority. Let me tell Kenyans, you are supposed to have the best education, the best health, the best housing, water, affordable electricity, infrastructure, jobs opportunities. And all this will come automatically if we have no corruption. Corruption is bleeding this country. It is sinking this country, and it's affecting everyone. You know, when the elections were, when the judgment came and the elections were pushed forward. I mean, we're having another election.
Yes.
Straight away, the government issued a statement that the subsidy for maize will continue. For me, it's forget the subsidy.
That was bait.
All right?
Yeah.
No, forget the subsidy. That should be the price of maize or lower. We should be able to produce maize. We've spent billions in Galana and all these places, traveling all over the world. We need to have food affordable for Kenyans. Affordable. So we have a problem. We need jobs for our men. We need security for our women. We need so many things, you know. And I feel that we need to have a change, because the issues here, Baba says devolution.
Yes.
All right. There was talk before the elections that Nairobi will be taken over by government because they were so unsure of taking Nairobi.
Yes,
all right. Now that they've got it, they've got it with Sonko, they might leave it alone, or they might still try and take it if they came in. Baba understands devolution. He understands that devolution requires money. We're not devolving the way we should, so that you can empower the various counties. In the past, they called it Majimboism.
Yeah,
and everybody was fighting Baba against it. But look at devolution. Imeleta kazi kwa vijana in the devolved counties. It has brought counties that used to say, tunaenda Kenya, you know.
I went to Wajir. They saw tarmac for the first time.
Amazing.
After 50 years
So
of
let me tell you
independence.
something. This man, and then this man called Raila, who we say is so dangerous. Come on. Raila wants to leave this country united and on the right path, democratic, with beautiful democratic space, with empowerment for the poor people. You know, they said, oh, he was the MP for Kibra for so many years. What did he do? Let me tell you something. They had stopped him. Majority of the landlords in Kibra who are holding these thousands and thousands of Mabati houses, let me tell you something. I'm not saying we take away, unapata 2,000. Tukijenga Kibra, we give you a flat made out of mawe where you can get 5,000, okay? Instead of you getting 2,000, like you're giving somebody a house that has dignity. These guys have, first of all, where you have your little Mabati house, you cannot even build anything. So you'll stay with that Mabati house. We need to go up in the air. We have Nairobi in 2050 will have maybe 70 million people. Where are you going to put them if we're going to be in Mabati? And I'll tell you what, we'll stay with Mabati as long as we don't want slum upgrading. When Uhuru was Minister for Finance, right, he did not allocate money for slum upgrading. So it stopped with what Raila had started and done. So we need slum upgrading. I spoke to Sonko yesterday. He said he's going to have a budget for slum upgrading. And I like that. We need to upgrade the slums. And that will be jobs for our people. That will be better, the Bill of Rights. You live in
dignity.
In a dignified manner.
Yeah. Let me ask you, have you been threatened?
No.
For your political conviction?
I wouldn't say threatened, but I feel, they make me feel like I'm a traitor. or I'm a betrayer of my tribe. And I want to say something. My grandmother is Kikuyu. My mother's half Dutch and half Kikuyu. And